name is the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. If you enjoy my content, if you could consider hitting the subscribe button, that would be fan-dabby double dozy. And if you would consider hitting the like button as well, also just fantastic. Thank you very much. So, I've been thinking, this video is, this video is one that came a little bit out of nowhere. So, here's what happens. If you go to sleep with a question, oftentimes you may wake up with an answer. And oftentimes the universe will be screaming an answer to you. So that's what happened to me today. Yesterday I made a video about this really bizarre article on Digital Spy about Doctor Who, about LGBTQ plus representation. And I think it just represents this real mental illness that the blue checkmark Twitter Taliban has. And about how they look at people and how they look at the world. And I kept asking the question, what is wrong with them? I said, okay, what's wrong with you? And I really didn't realize, but that question really kind of just stuck me. What the hell is wrong with them? And I think the universe was singing out, and I was screaming out an answer to me today in two ways. Firstly, my daily routine is I study a thing called the Talmud every day, which is a giant book of Jewish law. It's like one of the earliest documents of Jewish law, and it's very big. If you do a page a day, it takes about 7.5 years to go through it. I just finished going through it the first time. I'm starting again. This is about a month into it now, and the bit it's talking about now is blessings, about how it's important to express gratitude for anything you take out of the world. You should express gratitude for that being put into the world. Now, again, I'm not going to preach to you about believing in God or religion. I'm just saying it's actually I would think it's a good way of looking at the world, regardless of one's theological view of the universe. But that's going to tie into what we're talking about. The second thing that made me think about this is my kitchen sink. So, yeah, it really did. Fine. So another Jewy thing is a religious Jewish thing is we don't mix meat and milk. We meat and milk products. The downside, no cheeseburgers, which really sucks ass. Not as hard as not having the other thing that you don't have is like lobster or shrimp. Oh my god, I miss that. Yeah, I didn't become religious till I was like about 20. But yeah, but we have two sinks. So my wife's been on a quest for good coffee for a while. So we tried different things. I like the capsule machine because it's easy. You put capsule in and you get a coffee and it looks right and tastes coffee-ish. So then we went on to different machines, and my wife kind of got into a French press and grinding real coffee. That's been going on for about a month. And we didn't realize putting coffee grains down your sink will severely block up your sink. So that's what happened last week. The sink was getting more and more blocked up. The water was draining slower and slower and slower. And then on Thursday, it was like, boom, forget it. That sink is out of commission. So we didn't have that sink working for a good 3 or 4 days. So I was at the sink today. Now it's been fixed, it's been snaked, everything's working. We know not to do that anymore. I was at the sink today and think, oh my god, I just love having a freaking sink. I am so grateful we live in a world with a sink. Because honestly, not having a sink sucks ass. It is so freaking hard. So, all these different elements, I think, come together and answer this question of what's wrong with these people? And here's what's wrong with them. One of the things wrong with them. Gratitude. Gratitude is a really important thing in life. Not just to be a good person, but to be a happy person. The more grateful one is about just anything in life and everything, the less one takes things for granted, and the way you focus on things. Like me myself, this one with a sink. Nobody notices having a sink. Nobody notices until you don't have it. Nobody notices being able to see, or being able to have both eyes, or being able to smell, or touch, or taste. These are things we just don't. We take for granted. And if you don't take them for granted, if you're real with them, and if you have genuine gratitude for them, you're a happier person. You live a happier life. And conversely, if you don't have that, you're a miserable person, and you want to create misery and destroy everything around you, which is what I think is going on with these, again, the blue checkmark Twitter Taliban. They are miserable, sad people who want to destroy everything around them. And the reason they're so angry is they have no gratitude for anything. I think objectively, we in the Western world, we live in one of the least racist and prejudiced societies that the humanity has ever seen. I genuinely believe that. I don't believe we live in a perfect society, but I think we live in objectively the least bigoted society that in the world today, and the least bigoted society I think the world has ever seen. And yet still, they're miserable because it's not enough. They're still there is not there's still people who don't agree with them wholeheartedly. There is still racism, there is still sexism, but there's so little of it. They need to make up racism and sexism and bigotry where it doesn't exist. It's not being bigoted to say that you feel that there are two genders, and only two genders. That's not bigotry. That's an opinion. Now, I understand that's an opinion that can lead to violent bigotry, but it doesn't have to. If you believe there are 97 or an infinite amount of genders, fine, okay, that's what you believe. I'm fine. Your beliefs don't impact upon me. What impacts upon me is how we interact with each other. And again, I think if they could just stop and see the world for how it has progressed. I mean, it was the 1970s that same-sex relations, not marriage, same-sex relations was illegal. And now 50 years later, it's practically compulsory. And there's just so little gratitude against, and that's why I often find there's this real schism between the T part of the LGBTQ rainbow collective and the LG part of that rainbow collective. Because the LG part really had some work to do. So it really had some suffering to do, and I think they look at the Tea Party and go, guys, pull it together. Things aren't so bad. I think they especially I think the best example of that is Gareth Roberts, who's a Doctor Who writer, whose work was removed from a Doctor Who book, the Doctor Who storybook, because he basically exposed espoused the outlook that I was just saying, and and he became cancelled, became a non-person, became verboten, which was just really weird. So again, I think this all goes back to having a lack of gratitude in your life. We all have things that we can be grateful for, no matter where we are in life, and conversely, there's always things that we can be dissatisfied about with as well. But if you are grateful, if you make gratitude a virtue, something that you seek out in life, something that you want in life, you're going to be a happier person. It's just that simple. You're going to be a happier person. If you don't have it, you're going to be a miserable person. And that's who they are. They're miserable people that want to just tear down the past, tear down everything before them, and just tear down the world because they live lives of empty misery and they're trapped in them and they don't know how to get out of them. So, guys, if you're watching this video, which I doubt you are, if you're watching this video, things aren't so bad. Look, I understand we have deep disagreements about important things. We deeply disagree about Doctor Who and Star Trek and Star Wars. Very important things. And genuinely, they are very important things to me. But, there's a lot that we agree about as well. The world isn't so bad. The world isn't so terrible. Sometimes elections go the way you like. Sometimes they go the way you don't like. The world keeps on turning. That's my thought for the day. My name is Felix Becken, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.